Welcome Capricorn, I am Tammy Toshnik and this is Messages for the Signs. When I began these readings today, it was light out. The sun has now set, so hopefully you can see the cards when I show them to you. But we're going to begin by lighting a candle for you, Capricorn, I should say. Sending you much light. And let's clear the energy. Capricorn, what messages do I have for you today, Capricorn? Very much a doing energy right now, Capricorn. I sort of see head down, goat with its head down, following the trail, following the path. Perhaps as a response to feeling a little bit like you've been free-floating. That could just be summer energy, though. It feels like you're sort of grabbing life, grabbing the lion by the tail right now, Capricorn, getting ready, moving into that fall energy, that 9, September is 9, which is endings, completing a cycle. I feel like there's a bit of a now or never too, Capricorn, going, you know what, if I don't get to this, I'm never going to do it. Is that you, Capricorn? What do we need to know about Capricorn for the best and highest good? All right, Capricorn, if you can see that in this low light here, we've got here and now, excuse me, no place like home, imagine, home, sacred pool, and rescue. And you know what? I'm going to light another candle here. Bring a little more. We're going to pretend we're like, we've got no electricity here. There we go. So very interesting. You've got 2 home cards here. So when I said it feels like I better get this done, it's now or never. Perhaps some of you Capricorns are doing projects around the home, digging in and doing some renovations, some cleanup, some organizing, all that sort of thing. No place like home, and home, though, if it's not literal in that sense, does speak to feeling like you've come home to yourself, that you understand your needs and your wants and your desires, and you're more at home with those, and you all are also showing up more authentically. Yes, that's how I want to say that, authentically, that there's not as much posturing going on, in a sense. Not that you've been posturing, Capricorn, but that's just the word that comes to mind, that you are saying, you know, this is me now. I get it. I get what I need. I get what I want, and I'm willing to put the work in. And so that's asking you now, Capricorn, to use your imagination. So what does that exactly mean now. If you're going to show up in the world more true to yourself, less dissonance between your private and your public self, what does that look like? And you're going to need to use your imagination, because this is somewhat some new territory. Not to say you've never been yourself, Capricorn, because you have. Most Capricorns are quite real and grounded usually, but we all hold a bit back, don't we? And so this is saying you're going to show up a little bit more, but you have to use your imagination too. What's that going to look like? And I even just said it with that wonder and awe in my voice. What will that look like if I showed up that way? What will that look like if my home looked this way? What would that look like? And then here and now, speaking, of course, to the energy of the moment, the only energy that there is in the now moment, and not worrying about what you did in the past or how it was before. So, it seems like there's a change here to Capricorn, the nudge I'm getting, and you might be worried about changing something, maybe offending somebody, not doing it exactly the same way. Because you've changed, and maybe you're feeling a little guilty about that. You're bringing something into the present that was created in the past, that you had a part in the past, but you're like, I want to do something differently now because I'm different. And you know what? That's always a good thing. And so that might be where the imagine comes in to Capricorn, because you can't see it yet. So the process begins with imagination. And then Sacred Pool is about reflection, what's the word I want to use? Receptivity, being in the flow. When I see Sacred Pool, it's also a reminder that we all flow from the same source as well. So I wonder if that's where the Imagine and Sacred Pool are working together to really go deep with this, Capricorn. Not make it surface, not make it, well, this is just good enough for now, which is something that we all do sometimes just to get the thing done. I think you're going to have to go deeper on this, Capricorn. And then rescue. This speaks to also rescuing others, not to get caught up in that. I'm seeing a little bit of a thread here for some of you, Capricorn, this idea of not changing something because you may offend somebody from the past, and you're trying to sort of be that peacekeeper, that rescuer in that situation. This is saying, don't do that. We're never meant to be rescuers, actually. But some of us fall into that role quite easily because we're doers. We're used to getting things done, and then we become rescuers as well. But this could also be, what else are we looking at here? I like how, you see this hot air balloon, so it's sort of up and away. You need to rise above that. Also, it has that imagine energy for me too, this idea of sending it out. I do find this kind of interesting because it looks like there's a lady here, and this would be her house as well. So you kind of have three cards pointing to home. So some of you must be undergoing a renovation or something like that. But again, it can be literal and symbolic at the same time. And because this is a general reading, it might be one or both for some of you. But definitely this home, this feeling of creating something that feels like home, bringing people home, something along that line. I'm not quite getting it there, Capricorn, but hopefully that makes sense to you. And then rescue, again, don't be anybody's rescuer. This does speak to asking for help, though. So if you are stuck on where are you going with all of this, your imagination perhaps is limited right now. You can't see your way forward. Do ask for help. That is what this is about. But yeah, I just see you bringing something from the past into the present, and you're making it more homey. For some of you, this could be an old house, so it would be quite literal that way. You're bringing an old house into the present. And let's see if there's anything else here. But you can see this lady. She's actually there. This is a home too. Oh my goodness. She's in the home because you can see there's a door here. It's an egg, yes, but this is where she's living. So now you've got 4 home cards. Oh my goodness. What is going on, Capricorn? lots going on with your home, literally and symbolically. Your home, of course, symbolically is yourself, your spirit, or home to the creator. But I'm just looking at this. Why did I go here in the first place? Oh, yes, because she's living in an egg and she's coming out of the egg. So there's definitely something you're creating about home. Maybe you are an interior designer, as I am. And but interesting too, if I look here, the door is very prevalent. The door here, the door there, the door there. So doors are opening, stepping through doors. One door opens, another closes, or one door closes, another opens. You know, there's so much we could say here. Alrighty, I hope that helps you. We'll move on to choose your own card. Very interesting, Capricorn. Let's see if we get more home cards. Then we'll know we're really on the right track here. Alrighty. If you like to choose 1, 2, or 3, or 2 cards or 3 cards, it's up to you. All right, Capricorn, if you chose 1, milk and honey, so that is abundance and prosperity. Interesting that we were talking about creating something new from the past. It's going to be beneficial for you is what I would say with this card if you chose 1. 2, never-ending story. So this is getting caught up in the story, perhaps like I touched on, that you're worried about someone else's feelings getting hurt if you change something, etc. So just be aware of that. The stories we tell ourselves are often worse than the actual event. And then if you chose 3, round and round, similar energy to never-ending story, this idea of a repeating cycle. You don't want to get caught up in that, Capricorn, because it looks like you're trying to create something new. And while there's no such thing really as a beginning and an ending, we use those words to try to convey an idea. We're just in this perpetual cycle. However, we can make it feel different. We can make it feel like we're in something new. So this is what this is calling for you to do. Be in the here and now. Remember, that was another card that was in your original guidance. And not take that old stuff into whatever you're trying to create today. I hope that helps you, Capricorn, and I hope to see you here next week. Take care.